Today we'll be doing our center split and back stretch. So I'm going to start very easy opener for the hamstring because this is one of the most basic of all stretches and it's going to be really useful for any sort of splits or flexibility that you're working on. Extending that leg out to the front, then the other knee, and just melt down. So take your hands towards your toes. You can drop that head. Square up my hips a bit more. Sit up and change sides. Melting down. Good. Okay, terrific. So let's jump right in. We're going to start working on our center splits. So I'm reaching towards that toe, lifting the arm up and over. Terrific. Let's change sides. So other side, stretch that leg long, bend the knee, and lift up and over. Good. Reaching towards that toe. Great. Okay. So I think the center split is one of the hardest. If you're following along at home, sometimes it's helpful to work against a wall so that you've got something to brace your feet against. But it also can be really nice if you just have your feet down. You can be on the mat, on the floor, whatever's easier. And we're just gonna basically try to open our feet wider as we scoot our hips forward. So, find your comfortable starting position. Pull in through the stomach. Good. I'm gonna lift up and start to begin opening slightly. I'm not going all the way yet. And I'm gonna bend forward, start leaning forward. As you bring the upper body down, you're gonna find that it starts to open up even more through the inner thighs. So this can be pretty intense stretch even here. And again, you should be working within your own range of motion. So you may not be as open as me quite yet, and that's okay. Start to relax into that stretch, you can push yourself a little further. So I'm coming a little more forward with my upper body and I'm just scooting forward with my hips as the feet open. Great. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And sitting up. So I'm coming closer, working towards that 180 degree angle. Good. And again, you can use a nice rocking motion here to get a little bit deeper into your stretch. Terrific. So just rocking forward and really opening up through those hips. Working towards that 180 degree, the toes and the hips all in one line. Great. Okay, I'm going to come over to one side, coming forward, lifting up, changing sides, good, bending down and forward. Okay, great. Just sit up for a moment, pull in, and then I'm going to bend those knees. I'm going to bring the feet together. So a little butterfly position here, and then bending forward, opening up, trying to relax those knees down. Lifting up and over. Good, and just sit up. So let's come back around. I'm actually going to turn one hip down, sort of reversing that stretch, opening up through the hips. So where before the hip is really open and we were pushing forward, now I have the hip turned down. Pushing that hip towards the floor, trying to lower down with those hips. So this is a great way to reverse that stretch. It feels fantastic on your hips. It's a really nice opener and a great release here. Okay, we're gonna change sides, same thing. So again, before in our split, we're working with the hips open. Now I'm gonna drop the knee, turning the hip end parallel, and pushing down. So I'm aiming to get that hip down on the floor here. Fantastic. Okay, great. Let's come back around. And I'm gonna take actually a more relaxed split here. So my toes are not gonna be as open, and I'm gonna come forward, reaching towards that toe. Relaxing down. So this is opening up through the top of my back. I have that nice opposition, pulling. Even if you can't quite get to your toe, that's okay. You can still hold onto your ankle, onto your shin, whatever works for you. Let's change sides. Okay, great. Fantastic. So now we're gonna open those feet up again. And let's work again on getting towards that split. The secret to flexibility and stretching is practice, consistency, and just working to expand and extend your flexibility with repetition. So again, trying to scoot my hips towards my toes so I bring my toes and my hips into that 180-degree angle. Slowly scooting forward, rocking forward here. Great. So you can sort of use that rocking motion with a nice breath to increase your range of motion. It's a good technique. And I'm bending from side to side. Okay, terrific. So now let's come forward on the floor, upper body. So I'm moving forward. And even here, I can feel my hips are starting to want to pop back. So I'm gonna scoot forward again. And now I'm down. Great. So embracing those heels, pushing forward with the hips, opening through the inner thighs. Good. Nice stretch. Forward again, and I'm trying to push my hips as forward as I can, as close to my heels and toes as possible. Use that breath to release tension and stress. Good, let's sit up again. Nice vertebra up and over. Both sides, up and over. Good. We'll sit up. Bring those feet in, opening up through the feet and the hips. So feet are together, knees down, bending forward. It's a nice stretch for the hips, for the back. Come forward here. Rolling up, let's take a nice port-a-bras side to side. Great. So just catch your breath and have some water. Thanks so much for joining me today for our splits stretch.